Oof, it's bright. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pallavi and it is a wonderful, gloomy Tuesday. Even though it's gloomy, I'm still calling it wonderful because my only class for the day got canceled. So I have all day to study or relax or go for a walk. I do have a lot of studying ahead of me today and I think I'm gonna do most of it at like a cafe or maybe switch to a park at some point. It is supposed to get really warm today, like 20 degrees warm. It might rain, but it's gonna be warm and I'm really excited about it. So I finished up getting ready and organizing my to-do list for the day. I've been trying to stay as active as possible these days, so we might walk to a cafe or something, but I do want to grab a bite to eat first. I'll grab a bite to eat first and then we're gonna go and do a walk. Been working on my activity levels, guys, trying to be healthy while studying my butt off at the same time. I might also be meeting up with some friends at this cafe. I'm not sure, but I have been studying with people the past couple of days and it's been so good. So good for my productivity. Like, I do so much more when there are people sitting around me and I see them working hard, and it's just like that social pressure to work hard as well. This doesn't apply at a library. I am still scarred from my experience last year when I was studying for finals. It was a horrible, horrible time, and now every time I step foot in that library, I feel like I get flashbacks. I just don't want to be in there. Anyway, that's enough chit chat for now. I'm gonna grab something to eat real quick and then we'll go for a walk and head to a cafe. Oof, it's bright. Hi, I'm back home. As you probably saw, went to the gym after my study session at the cafe and then came back home and had lunch and showered, and now I'm ready to get back to work. I'm gonna finish up a lecture that I have to review on reactive oxygen species and their biochemical effects. But yes, so I'm gonna start working on that lecture, hopefully get it done in like an hour and a half-ish, and then we're gonna sit down and organize my study schedule for finals. Alright, so I am taking a break from studying because I've been at it for an hour and I need to stop. So what I'm gonna do instead is actually get started on my finals, and this is gonna take a while and I don't wanna make this video an hour long. So I'm just gonna focus on one exam here, and this is gonna be my biochemistry exam. Alright, so this is something that I do in Google Calendar, and all my stuff is in Google Calendar already. I'm just using the calendar on Notion for the purposes of this video. And that's just because I have a lot of stuff in my Google Calendar and I don't want to show it all because I'm like trying to be mysterious. I have approximately a month to study for this exam. Before I even get started on like putting things in, I have to figure out what the exam actually requires of me. So if I go into my Moodle, I actually don't know if I can post stuff from the, what is this called, like student platform. So I'm actually not going to, and instead I'm just going to describe to you what it says. So basically the department has written up a beautiful syllabus of exactly what is going to be tested on, the format of the exam and what they expect of us. So the exam format is first a written test and then you sit for the oral part of the exam. I'm not quite sure what is going to be on the written part, so that's something that I'm gonna have to figure out. I will message maybe like an upper year that took the exam last year. I'll do that later. For now, I'm gonna focus on the oral part. So the oral part is 2 questions. One, I'm assuming like general biochemistry, and another is I'm assuming clinical biochemistry. There will also be one structure that I have to draw, like an important biochemical structure. For example, like an amino acid or heme, something like that. And then I also need to be able to explain a laboratory parameter. So something like, what is the physiological range of bacteria in urine, for example? And I'll say probably 0. You shouldn't have any bacteria in your urine. And what like a deviation from that number means. The 2 oral questions that we have in regards to general chemistry and clinical biochemistry. So we're going to have to review these topics, and they've given us a list of topics here for each section. There are 30 topics for general biochemistry, and then another 30 for clinical. Oh no, they call it functional biochemistry. So functional biochemistry, my bad. I'm gonna go back to Notion, and I see here that I have approximately a month, and I know that I want to plan a little bit ahead just in case things get pushed and I get sick, or I just find that I can't study one day, I'm burnt out, whatever it is. So we have the final on the 9th of June. I want to be done most of like the notes aspect of things by the 31st of May. That means I'll have a little more, well, I'll have a week exactly to review. And I'm just keeping in mind that I'll only give myself 1 week to review because I'm already doing Anki. A lot of this stuff is in my head already, and I just need to bring it out under a stressful situation and within the format of a final exam. If I want everything done by the 31st, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 60 questions that I need to do. Okay. What's a reasonable amount that I can get done? If I do 5 questions a day, so 5 divided by, oh my God, I'm gonna be done so early. I don't need to do it that fast. I'm gonna aim to get 3 questions done per day. I feel like that's reasonable. Okay, so 3 questions a day for the oral part, plus 1 structure a day. And then that'll also give me a little extra time, because that only takes 20 days, to review the lab parameters as well. So I'll give myself an extra like week or so to review the lab stuff, especially because there was 1 lab that I missed because I was sick. So I'm gonna go in and add stuff for the lab parameters and the biochemical structures a little bit later. This was the biggest part that I needed to sort out and get through, and I'm really glad that this is figured out now. Yeah, this is pretty much what I do, and this is what I'm gonna do for all my other exams as well. I think that is pretty much it for biochemistry, at least for now. It's really basic. I know there's not a lot of detail here, but I'm gonna be honest with you, this is how I go through things, and this is why, as much as I hate it and as much as it's the worst part of my day, this is why I do Anki all year long for the subjects that I'm currently in. Even though we're done the units, I know I'm gonna need them later for the final, and it does make studying for the final a lot easier. Like, I know, for example, that I'm gonna have to talk about the Krebs cycle at some point. When it comes to drawing out that pathway while I'm making these notes, it's gonna be a piece of cake. Like, no problem. Let me explain to you the Krebs cycle. Let me explain to you all the pathways involved with the Krebs cycle. I've been looking at it for months. I had to move away from my laptop. I was getting a little stressed out. It's fine, it's totally fine. I'm fine. That's it for me, guys. This is how I organize 1 exam. Everything else will be done the same way. I just kind of break things up into what I absolutely have to get done, and then try to be as reasonable with myself as possible, and break up the big task of studying into small little tasks that I can do every single day. I do find that doing it this way keeps me a lot more organized. I'm not gonna say it makes me calm, because it doesn't. It's a finals, I want a good mark, I care about doing well, so it's not easy or, you know, without stress. But I do like waking up every day and know exactly what I need to do and what needs to be done, right? I don't like sitting in the morning and thinking, okay, so cool, I gotta study for my final. Let's start. I'm never gonna start that way, and I've done this mistake so many times. I'm learning, I am learning. I've been learning with every single mistake that I make. Anyway, that's it for me, you guys. I'm all done with that for now. I'm not gonna look at it for a while. I need to step away. The anxiety is building and I need to calm it down before I look at it again. So instead, I'm gonna get back to studying that lecture about reactive oxygen species and then continue on with my day. I will have to make dinner at some point, and you don't need to see my crappy cooking. Let's be honest here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a quick thumbs up. And if you want to see more, you should totally subscribe because I will be posting another one very soon. I'll see you then. Bye.